Hi everyone, welcome back to the Sports Breakdown once again. So we'll be doing a quick review of the series between India versus West Indies, and I'm brought alongside Basha Sharma for the first time ever to the Sports Breakdown. So thank you so much for accepting. I mean, the invite that I sent on the WhatsApp group. So thank you so much for appearing on the Sports Breakdown as we do a quick review on the India versus West Indies, and we'll be going through the third 2020 first of all. So thank you so much for joining.
Thanks, Pawan, for inviting me as well. It's pleasure to join your show and talk about the series we recent series which was concluded between India and West Indies. So, yeah, let's go. Let's start the discussion.
Yeah. I think I'll send. I think you can send the link over there because I'm using my laptop, so it's a bit difficult for me to send the link right now, Basha. So yeah, but I've sent the StreamYard link. If anyone wants to join, you can join. But I'll quickly send the link on YouTube so that anyone can join. Wait, give me a sec. I don't think I can put it on private chat, Basha, but I'll put it on the comment section so then anyone can join. If I mean anyone can watch if they want. Yeah. So yeah, without further ado, let's start. So I mean, India scored 184 for six. Today was a fabulous day, especially. But the interesting thing was that Rohit Sharma obviously wanted to experiment the side. He backed himself out of an opener. And your thoughts on Nishan Kishan and Ruturaj Gaikwad opening? And do you think Gaikwad can get a second chance after this dismal performance? I would say for his first chance. Do you think he'll get a chance for the upcoming Sri Lanka tour?
Yeah, Rituraj Gaikwad should get another chance to showcase his talents. Like he was rested for the two games, and again he was just thrown in the middle in the last game just to want to test your bench strength again. Rituraj, we didn't expected this kind of performance, but yeah, he's a bright talent, and we know what he has done for CSK and franchisee cricket. So let's so there's only one thing: to put faith in him and give him another chance. And I mean he's young, so these small setbacks or low scores won't hamper his confidence apart like what he has done. So yeah,
True.
surely he'll get another chance in the upcoming series with Sri Lanka.
Very true. I agree with you because anyways they don't have Virat Kohli or Rishabh Pant, and that number three and number five places also in a vacant position. So maybe I think they can make Ishan Kishan bat in the middle order maybe because no KL Rahul as well. So this is going to be a good chance for Ruturaj Gaikwad to actually play against Sri Lanka when they try to adjust their conditions from Australia conditions to bouncy tracks to spin friendly tracks. So I think Sri Lanka will take some time and it will be perfect in my opinion, for Ruturaj Gaikwad to get a chance in the first 2020, my opinion. But coming back to the match, and Rohit Sharma, which struggled, I mean, 7 of 15, that's acceptable. I mean, they were experimenting the team. But thoughts on Ishan Kishan, because a lot of people are a bit critic about Ishan Kishan's performance throughout this 2020 series. But do you think Ishan Kishan will be the permanent opener for India alongside Rohit Sharma, or do you think when KL Rahul comes back, Ishan Kishan has no chance?
Uh, First of all, the amount of price the amount he got in the IPL, and looking to his performance right now doesn't justify it at all. I know he got a good start. Again, he scoring 34 of 31, and he got the momentum, but playing that rash shot and losing his wicket was not acceptable even by the team management. Let's forget about the fans what they think. So
Yeah,
Ishan really, sometimes things comes easy in the life, so that they, of course he has talent, and what we have seen that he has also single-handedly won matches for Mumbai Indians as well. But
true.
he really needs to think, because I know T20 is all about power hitting, but you have to apply your brain at that same moment as well. I mean, you cannot go every ball for a six. You need to rotate the strike, and
Mm, I
I
agree.
don't know what he lacks confidence, though he doesn't lack confidence, because when you have Rahul Dravid as a coach sitting in dugout, your confidence should always be high. So
Yeah.
looking forward, like how he plays and how he performs in the Sri Lanka series. Coming to your second question, will he get a chance if KL comes back? Yes, he can get a chance until and unless they decide Rishabh to rest because when you have three keepers playing, there's no point. You are trying all of them, and again, if there is no result, so it doesn't make sense. Then he should be rested, and KL should be given the chance, because KL is a proven match winner for Team India.
Mm, very true points over there from yeah. And coming back to Sky, Bashia, coming back to Sky, because today 61 of 31, and the partnership between Sky and Venkatesh Iyer, if I'm not mistaken, Sky has contributed in all of the big partnerships for India in this 2020 innings. And to see him transform, I know he's 31 years or 31, 32, but this innings 65 or 31, I think apart from I think this is the best performance I've ever seen Sky performing in a 2020 match today. And especially because of his, I mean, coming from KKR ranks, he came from KKR, then joined to He performed well 3 consistent seasons. Everyone was worried whether Sky will adjust to Virat Kohli's captaincy, because there was a bad relationship apparently in the last season. There were some rumors on that. Then Rohit Sharma became captain. Surya Kumar Yadav has now settled in this playing 11. So talk us through that journey for Surya Kumar Yadav, and now how do you see Sky perform? I mean, Sky performing like this. It's tremendous to see Surya Kumar Yadav perform like this for Team India.
First of all, Sky is flying sky high. To be very honest, he's been into the crucial partnerships for the Team India during the series. We have seen, like, India had quickly lost wickets, and some of the wickets were gone in power play as well. And Sky has to come in and bat. The way he has anchored the innings, I mean, look at the stats, like 7 sixes, when you 65 runs in 31 balls, where and you see Ishan like 34 runs in same amount of balls, and you see the strike rate as well. He was striking at such a good pace. And I mean to say, he took bowlers for fun today. He was smashing them for fun, as like he's playing in his backyard. But coming to the rumors, I mean, rumors are, I always say, until unless you have concrete evidence to
Yeah.
prove, rumors are just
Yes.
rumors, and you should not pay attention to those sort of negative things. Yeah, some sort of thing happened in the IPL, between Virat and Sky, but that's part of the game. When you represent your certain team,
No, because
the
when I saw his celebration, also sorry to interrupt, but when I saw his celebration, he bowed to Rohit Sharma when he got the half century. So I feel like there's some sort of connection or bond between Rohit Sharma and Surya Kumar Yadav, with how I saw his celebration when he got his half century bowed, and then Rohit Sharma appreciated what Sky did today. So seeing that, I feel like there's some sort of bond, right, between Rohit and Sky, since they play for the same franchise, obviously, and they respect each other as well.
we talked about the same franchise, but they also play for the same Ranji team as well. So that connection over the years had been, like, they are sharing a good relationship over the years. So that is the one of the main reason. And when a captain believes in his certain players, and they pays off, the captain, so the player is always thankful to the captain and to the management, that he got a chance. And we all knew Sky was performing good in recent IPLs, but he was not getting his due credit to represent a national team. When he has got that chance to represent the national team, he is not taking anything for granted. I mean,
Yeah.
he's performing, he's anchoring the innings, he's finishing the games as well. So today was the perfect stage for him to prove himself, that yeah, I am the perfect match winner for the who can winner for the team, and who can score some crucial runs, and take that uh, score to altogether to different levels. So I mean, it's good that Sky's been backed. I hope he continues his performance. And I guess there is no rivalry or sort of mishappening between Virat and Sky. They are all cool. I mean, these are just rumors. You shouldn't believe that. That is what I believe right now.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I completely understand. I just wanted to bring that point up because it was going in all sources. I mean, a lot of news sources, but yeah, even I don't believe in those sources. I just wanted to bring it up. But talking about Sky, though, I mean, 65 runs, I mean, mainly in the square leg, mid region, he was really phenomenal, especially slog shots, his cover drive also. Talking about his shot selection, and I mean, the last 7 months has been pretty good for Surya Kumar Yadav once again. I mean, that's why he earned the man of the series and man of the match. But talking about Sky as well, the partnership between him and Venkatesh Iyer, how crucial was that? I mean, 91 of 37 only, both of them.
I mean, both of them are very aggressive batsmen who likes to play good shots, all over the park, basically dealing in sixes. So the partnership was very crucial because India was struggling. Though we had we like the set batsmen were departed and two new batsmen on the crease, and I just wanted to relate this into Matthew Wade, which happened back in 2021 World Cup final when they lost quick wickets and Wade had just come into the to
Semi-final, I
bat
think, right?
and sorry.
I said semi-final, not final. I think the game against Pakistan. I think you're referring to.
Yeah, games like a game against final. So my bad. So yeah, it was against Pakistan and the way they played. So that was again, he got quick boundaries and that pressure just eased off from him, and from there he was no one can stop Venkatesh and Surya. And we also see they don't like they do rotate strikes, but when they get the chance, they just capitalize and hit over the park. So that was the main thing, and uh, last year he made his debut against England, and all of the sudden he was selected for the World Cup squad as well. So that was the motivation he got, and from them I mean, his full focus will be on this year's World Cup, which is due in October in Australia.
Hmm. Very true. Very true. And yeah, I mean, talk about Venkatesh Iyer. I mean, I want to talk a lot about Venkatesh Iyer because he's a bit underrated. Then, I mean, especially he opens for Kolkata Knight Riders in the IPL. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember which domestic team he plays for the Vijay Hazare Trophy, but he did better number 3 and number 4 when I was watching him. And then number 6, he plays number 5. I mean, number 6, especially for India. So that adaptability of his batting, I mean, especially when he opens for KKR for IPL and then batting for number 6 in India for India is tremendous, and he's doing that consistently, back opening and as well batting in the middle order. So that's not an easy job to do, especially for a player like Venkatesh Iyer, new in the scene. You don't have a Hardik Pandya. He bowls also those few overs. So your thoughts on Venkatesh Iyer? All of a sudden he comes to the arena in November against the New Zealand 2020 series, and he performs well in that series, and then given a chance again in this West Indies series, and then performing yet again. So your thoughts on Venkatesh Iyer and his transformation also?
First of all, Venkatesh plays for Madhya Pradesh in the domestic Ranji tournament, and
Yeah.
second of all, yes, he opens for KKR, and then he's batting in the lower middle order, not even the middle order, I would say. The number
Okay.
6, number 5, number 6 we consider as a lower middle order. So yes, he comes into the picture. He plays his shot. Uh, the perfect thing is that player has to know what his responsibility is and what kind of situation he's been thrown into. So right now Venkatesh has come when there were there were less number of balls and wickets, and they don't have wickets also, so he has to perform. He is keeping that consistency, whether he bats at any given point of time, at given point of number, but he has that consistency that he can perform at any given point of time and score runs for India. And it's very surreal, to be very honest, because when you see he started to burst on the in the IPL, and straight away he got his maiden T20 cap in during series against New Zealand and then against West Indies. So I don't know that he'll replace Hardik Pandya, because I mean, come on, you cannot replace Hardik overnight. Okay, you really need that much. The player has that much of capacity to replace Hardik. I know he is not even a great from last 2 years due to his injuries and due to his off-field activities as well. But as we are waiting for Virat's 71st century, we are also waiting for that Hardik Pandya back. So you never know. If he performs in this IPL good, I'm sure he's going to the Australia in that World Cup squad.
Basha, the Canadian air is getting to your head. This is Hardik is finished. We have now seen the future in Venkatesh. I've just come off another call and they were saying exactly the same. I said Hardik is the past. We now look at the batting lineup, the potential of the batting lineup of India. Yeah, Rahul and Rohit will open. Kohli will be at 3. At 4, you will have Sky. At 5, you will have Venkatesh or Pant. At 6, you will have Venkatesh or Pant. And at 7, you will have Jadeja. That is a brilliant, brilliant thing. And the thing is,
Hardik,
Venkatesh,
sir, Krishna here says he wants to see Sanju Samson in the playing 11 for he wants to see, and he says Rohit, Dhawan, Sky, Rahul, Sanju Samson at 5, Venkatesh at 6, Shardul Thakur at 7. I think Shardul's not playing Krishna, by the way. He's rested. Harshal Patel, Bhuvi, Deepak, and Yuzi.
As I said before, I'm not sure if it's your podcast, Pawan. Virat out,
Yeah.
shot. I said Samson in, and Samson is going to come in. So, but I can't see Samson breaking into the top 11 because I think India have now going to be settled with that 7 players. With those 7 players, I think India will. Jadeja at 7 is perfect, and then you have Venkatesh at 6 or Pant at 6, 5, 4. Sky has definitely banked his position, and 3 Kohli and Rahul and Rohit. I think that is going to be the batting order for the World Cup.
Very true. And Paji sir, your thoughts on Sky today? He was phenomenal, and I think this was the best innings that he ever played. I was watching, and he played those cover drives and those sweeps really well. And your thoughts on Sky's batting today? Because it's been a sensation for him batting at number 5. Don't you think that he can bat at number 3 and maybe even accelerate that innings even more for the upcoming Sri Lanka tour?
No, I like him at 5. I like him at 5. I think he's an exceptional player. And the thing what Sky gives, which other batsmen don't give, he gives you those 360 shots, And this is the difference between Hardik and Venkatesh, because Venkatesh can also do it. So if you see the shot that Venkatesh played from the off side, he moved on the off stump and then he flicked it onto the leg side for 6. Hardik, to be fair, he's a one-trick pony. He stands there like a baseball player and he just wants to whack the ball, long off, that wicket. He has not got any talent, to maneuver the ball. He just wants to smack the ball. I think that's the difference. When now we see Venkatesh can play these little shots, and that partnership, Venkatesh with Rishabh Pant in the last game, and today with Sky, I think 4, 5, and 6 has been sorted for India. The biggest one is the 3 position, because if Virat isn't performing, who comes in at 3? And I don't think Ishan Kishan has done enough. Ishan Kishan probably needs to step down, because otherwise, if Sanju plays well in the next one, that's going to be an interesting choice what India have to make.
But
And
I have a point to make. Sanju has been given n number of opportunities to play T20s in India for India, and he has not clicked yet. To be very honest, he's performing well in domestic. He performs decent in IPL, which is okay, which you can consider him. But I don't understand what happens to him when he is representing India. That's the main concern as of now. Even I was surprised that Sanju is being picked ahead of DDP, because Devdutt Patikal has been performing great in domestic as well, but he's not picked. Shah Rukh Khan, again, the big name who won the
I think he
Vijay
scored
Hazare Trophy.
100 in the Ranji Trophy right now. I think, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken, Shah Rukh Khan for Punjab. Yeah, that's the thing.
I
that's
think the difference is because you can have the wicket-keeping batsman option, and because they've rested Pant, I think that's why Sanju is in. But again, I do agree with you. But again, Ishan Kishan is getting these chances, and he's not performing either. So, what is the difference? And I think a guy from Kerala will struggle to. I think there's so much pressure on Sanju to perform well for India. I think all the country want him to perform well. And I think that's the pressure and the heaviness of the blue jersey. It's a big thing. And that's why I'm saying Venkatesh Iyer looks like a seasoned pro in this series, against, pretty decent bowling, but he's pulled through. Like today at 15 overs, I was thinking India are going to make maximum 158, 160. And they
But
managed to
Pajis,
make 184.
yeah,
unfortunately,
Paji,
I
I
think,
didn't even expected 150, 160. The way
yeah,
they
but
were
they
playing
scored
at
the
the
highest.
start, I
Yeah,
I,
but
I
they
just
scored the highest ever runs in the death overs. I mean, ever by India. I think 86 runs in the last 5 overs. So that's this mind blowing numbers right now for India.
I mean, when you look at the West Indies bowling, any team can score that as well. So that's why.
I think yeah, but you think about that, but it's the situation of the team, and they've done it consistently. I think that's the important thing about these. I think all these matches, the importance is getting this, the feeling of wearing the jersey, playing to the position, playing against the opposition in a certain way, and that's why I really love about Venkatesh. I think Venkatesh is probably one of the very few players in world cricket that you can put him at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, and you
Yeah.
get virtually the same player. And I say this is the big problem. So Virat Kohli, you say everybody says three, he can only bat at three, can't bat at four.
Mhm.
Rohit can only bat at one or two. And then Ishan Kishan, we're trying to find out where he bats. And then I think the only player that has done it really, really consistently now and he's got to have more opportunities for Venki because if Venki bowls, then we can get one of Shardul or Deepak at batting at eight. And then we've got Chahal at nine, and then another fast bowler at 10. India have got a fantastic team potentially.
True.
But let's not forget we have Deepak Hooda in the T20 series as well, and again he is also a proven cricketer. And the way he played in the ODI series against West Indies, it I would say it was a decent performance, not that good, but yes, again he's been into the radar of the selectors. So even he is also a strong contender to play in that middle order as well in the absence of big names like Rahul and Virat. And
I think that's the thing. He can have that opportunity in the next game, in the next series, but I can't see Deepak Hooda going to Australia. I just can't
Yeah.
see because I think Aksa Patel is ahead of him. I think Jadeja is ahead of him. I think Sky is ahead of him. Ishan Kishan is. There's so
But
many batsmen.
Pajisa, I think Pajisa, just to sorry for interrupting, but I think they'll need a fast bowling all rounder, right? I mean, about two or three, especially because I don't know if the spinners will do that much of a damage in Australia. Seeing the Australia versus Sri Lanka, so I feel like that number seven should generally be that fast bowling all rounder. So it might be either Hardik or either be Venkatesh Iyer, in my opinion.
I, I can't see them playing both Hardik and Venkatesh. I just can't see it. Uh, and the problem is with
No,
Jahar.
I meant in the squad, not in the playing 11. So they can choose either Hardik or Venkatesh.
I won't pick him. That's just my selection. And today we
Haji
have to
loves
say
Hardik Pandya.
Harshaw did really well today. So maybe Unadkat. Bring in Unadkat.
I mean, he's playing for Mumbai. I'm so disappointed at the management. Why did you pick him up at the very first place when you
Maybe
have
even Arshdeep
Archer
Singh
and
might work
Bumrah?
for him rather than a Unat Kat. I would say Arshdeep Singh might be a better option, as Paji sir has said
You need
earlier.
Arshdeep. To be fair, we need Arshdeep to have one more good IPL, and then he will knock on the door. Because if you think about it, Arshdeep has performed for three IPLs. He's taken 10 plus wickets in three IPLs. He's been the death bowler for India, for Punjab Kings.
Punjab.
And he's just done everything. I don't know why. I think Avesh Khan today was slightly disappointing. I was expecting
But
him to
Paji
do a
sir,
lot.
what about Sakaria? What about Sakaria? Seeing his performance
Sakaria
far
and
out, do you
Arshdeep, I'd
think he has a
rather I
chance?
say I'm a Rolls fan, and Sakaria did well in the first IPL, but Arshdeep has done it in three, and that's the difference with the two players.
Okay, okay, interesting over there. Yeah, but coming to the West Indies bowling, I mean, this is terrible to see, and I don't know what to say to the 7.75 crores for Romario Shepherd. What a waste! I don't. I mean, his batting is decent, but I mean, his bowling could be a big weakness if SRH make him to bowl 4 overs. And seeing him going for 12.5, and this not being the only match, he's been doing this. I think his economy has been over 11. I think in this series. So I mean, they dropped even Odian Smith in this third 2020. So Basha, coming back to you on Romario Shepherd. I mean, this is concerning right now, right? For a team who's bought him for a lot, and the expectations for him right now is too high, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I said it earlier. It's considering the West Indies side, anyone would have scored that many runs in last five overs. And when franchise invest heavily on foreign players, they expect good returns as well. Now these figures are bit of a concern at this moment, but you never know. Tables can turn around, but overall, if I see the bowling performance, it's in the ODI series, it was their batsmen who had let West Indies down. In the T20 series, it's their bowlers who have let them down. So they really need to find that balance. You can't you at a certain point of time you can't rely heavily on your bowlers. And vice versa. Bowlers and batsmen had to back each other equivalently if they need to win the match or the series. So I mean, they dropped Odin Smith, no doubt. Like he's known for his power hitting. Let's forget about the bowling as well. He got
Yeah.
that one or two wickets in the last game. That was just due to luck, I would say. So the bottom line is that they really need to find that perfect balance. Ruston Chase bowling brilliantly. Like he had
Has
six,
been
seven wickets
brilliant.
in this series. Like last game, he didn't went for that many runs. In this game, also he didn't went for that many runs. And look at the other bowlers; their economy is more than seven. So that doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah, I mean
Pavan, just
spinners.
a quick one. Just a quick one there, Pavan. You know, we have to remember one thing with these bowlers. This is the first time they are bowling in India. So, against India, which is a really good batting team. So, getting used to the conditions is going to be quite a big thing for them. Whereas if they were Bangladesh or Sri Lankan or, Pakistani, if they ever played India, we wouldn't really look at the conditions. But for West Indians, the slower wickets, the dew factor, I
Mm.
think that had a lot to do with it. But as I say, from an IPL franchise, I think Odean Smith looked awful to me. I think Romario Shepherd, he cut it back as a death bowler. But again, I think the problem with the T20 was the openers were getting out really good. They didn't have an opening combination, and they didn't have any batsmen
They,
at death. So they had
yeah,
Puran, who performed absolutely amazingly.
yeah,
But
brilliant. And we have to talk about Puran. I mean, three consecutive 50s right now, Paji sir. I mean, Puran is back. I mean, the Punjab jinx is gone for Puran as well. So, same like Maxwell, now it's come to Puran. And let's see how he does for SRH. But I think that Punjab Kings jinx is over for both Bishnoi and for Puran. I'm sorry to say that, but that same thing happened to Maxwell right
Maxwell.
now. But I mean, same has happened to Puran. I mean, three fifties in three matches. Paji sir, your thoughts?
And he looks really good. And again, I think the wicket keeping role suits him as well. So I think being the wicket keeper batsman, he can see the pitch, what's happening in the pitch, and then come in and bat on it. I think that's a very good trait to have. And I think he's quite a slotted now. We know he'll bat at 3 or 4, and he'll be wicket keeper. And I think the additional captain, vice captaincy thing, maybe his confidence is high now. So I think he will have a yeah, it was the weight of wearing the red jersey of Punjab Kings which weighed him down, and now he's wearing SRH. Their fans are fine.
Yeah. Basha, your thoughts also on Puran? I mean, so much expectations. He didn't have a good IPL last year. So much fans, cricket fans, commentators, journalists criticize Puran. He can't play in India conditions. He's taken the revenge. He's taken that backlash and has performed and has got 350. So, your thoughts and that wicket of power, Roman Power, crucial time when they were setting up in the partnership. That wicket caused a bit of a downfall, right, for West Indies in that chase. So, your thoughts?
Yeah, first of all, I mean, even I was the one who said, Puran really needs to be dropped. Even Paji knows it, huh? That how many times I have said, like, come on, you can't be wasting that number four position. You have other players as well. You have David Malan, the number one T20 batsman, is just sitting there. So that was the reason. I mean, yeah, he is back in form even in the World Cup. Even he didn't have the good World Cup as well. He was just decent, like 27, 28. 31 was his highest as far as I remember. But good that Punjab Jinx has gone. Maxwell came out of the Punjab. He started bashing for fun. To be very honest, even the Nicholas Puran in the last three T20s is the only consistent batsman I could ever seen. He again he also steps in like in a very crucial stage where where the wickets have just fallen, and he takes his time and then he starts hitting. So that's good. That's good for Hyderabad and their fans. They really need a trophy as desperate as RCB needs it. But no offense to any RCB friends of mine, but truth is truth, yeah. And, come on. So
Yeah, yeah,
that's the
true.
thing. So and
But one
yeah,
thing, Delhi fans will be happy with Rovman Powell because I think Rovman Powell, he showed some real potential. And out of all the players on the auction that came out, I'd be happy to be a Rovman Powell and a Nicholas Pooran fan.
And 2.6 is a steal, I would say, right now, after seeing how Roman Powell performed against India and seeing Odean Smith going for 6 crores and Romario Shepherd going for 8 crores. For him to go for just 2.6, I would say, is a big steal right now for Delhi
But the
Capitals.
biggest deal, Pavan, is Taxena. Taxena looks really good. He's bowling really awesome. So maybe we'll see the Sri Lankan superstar in the yellow jersey of CSK.
True, true on that. Yeah, very valid point over there. But yeah, coming back to Bashi, I mean, Powell's wicket was I mean, talking about, I mean, this middle order. I mean, Jason Holder wasn't that much impressive in this series. I mean, the ball he was okay, but with the batting, I expected a bit more. So, your thoughts, Bashi, on Jason Holder?
I'll give that answer. I'll give that answer. So you talked about Jason Holder. Is their captain so impressive right now? That's the main
True.
thing. Look at the captain. He doesn't bowl. He doesn't score runs. I mean it's like a quota system. Okay, I'm the most old age players, like just like CSK thought process. So I'll just be in the team, take that captaincy off from Jason Holder, and to be very honest, I'm talking about Polly. So
Yeah, Paulie.
Mumbai retaining Polly is again a big gamble. But coming to Jason Holder, you expect a lot of him because we have seen he hits, he bats, but at this more given point of time, none of their star batsmen or the experienced batsmen click. Just apart from Nicholas Puran, so that's a major concern. And I don't know, Jason Holder is again I guess playing for SRH, right? So
No, no, Lucknow Super Giants.
Lucknow
Look
Super
now.
Giants, and that again, we haven't seen how that team dynamics will be. So again, it's a major concern to be very very honest. But again, I come down to that one line. You never know, because today the player is not performing well. Tomorrow he'll score crazy amount of runs. Just the we have like a fresh example in front of us is Nicholas Puram. We were criticizing him. Now he's back in form. Bang on.
Mm.
I think the
True.
problem with Jason Holder when he was playing for SRH, and this is why he was so good, because he had a younger batsman next to him, so he could really, really, build his innings. But whereas now, if your 3 and 4 play really well, then
Yeah.
you need to start teeing off from the start. And I don't think Jason Holder is that type of player that can really do that. I've watched him live a few times as well, and when I see him play, I think once he started playing the ball around, he then definitely improves his scoring. So he's not a player, and this is why I really like Venkatesh Iyer. I think Venkatesh Iyer from ball one can hit a six from anywhere, whereas Jason Holder is a more of a steady player. If he needs to rescue the situation, he rescues the situation and then slowly accelerates. So I think that's the difference between that. And if you look at Rovman Powell and Nicholas Puran, they got over the 14th or 15th over, and after that, when the Rovman Powell wicket had gone up, finished, he needed to accelerate because obviously the rate was going up. So I think that's the
Yeah.
difference between Jason Holder. Given the right circumstances, he'll click again. But if he has to accelerate straight from the start, I don't think he's the player that can do that.
True. And I think they're missing a Hetma in this West Indies team due to fitness, and especially they're missing a Evan Lewis in this opening because I don't know what Kyle Mayers is doing in this 2020 side. In my opinion, he rather has to play Test cricket, but unfortunately, he's here playing with Hope. I mean, Shea Hope has performed at least okay in the ODIs format at
But
least, but
Evan Lewis
Kyle.
should be playing, Pawan. Evan Lewis should definitely be playing for them because, like, we saw what he could do in the IPL for Rajasthan. He was just
Yeah, but
absolutely.
I don't know why Evan Lewis is not in this squad even right now for West Indies. It's a question mark. I really don't know what's up with Evan Lewis. Even a Sunil Narayan would do a better job than Shea Hope and Kyle Mills
Yeah,
opening, in my opinion, seeing how he's doing in the Bangladesh Premier League as just opener, I would say right now.
yeah. Well, Sunil Rai should be in this team. Hetmar should be in this team, and then you should definitely be get Evan Lewis. If you got those three batsmen into this team, then certainly it looks good. Because the one thing the West Indies have, they have a lot of options with the bowling. They can rotate their bowling quite well. So I think that will be something to watch come Australia. And the Australian pitches will suit their bowlers.
Hmm, very true. And we'll go to the Indian bowlers right now because I mean Deepak Chaha was very good until he got a side strain, if I'm not mistaken, and then he was obviously gone off the field. 2 for 15 of 1.5. But Venkatesh Iyer once again 2 for 23. Avesh Khan on debut, I would say he was not bad. I mean, even though 10.5, the economy doesn't really depend on the play. I mean, Avesh Khan was really good, especially the death overs. Bashia, your thoughts? Sorry, Bashia left. Yeah, Bashia, your thoughts on Avesh Khan today on his debut?
I mean, it was his first game, so let's not judge him on his first game. I mean,
Yeah.
even when Hardik made his debut, his first over went for like 22 runs back in Australia. So, after that, the team had backed him. So, let's not forget
Yeah,
what he
yeah,
has
that's
done.
what I was saying that you should not judge on his economy. I was talking about his death bowling because it was really good. That's why I was talking about the positives of Avesh Khan
Oh,
today on
yeah,
his day.
yeah. I mean, I was coming on to that as well. So his stock deliveries are his strengths in the death ball, in the death overs, and we have seen in the IPL franchise cricket as well. Like, he had bailed out Delhi Capitals a lot of times. So Going back to him again, looking at his performance, let's not look that. Let's see the positives. And I mean, he if he gets another chance, bang on, he's going to take wickets. He's going to prove everyone wrong.
I
So
like
also,
Avesh. I really like Avesh Pavan, and he
yeah,
seems to have that feistiness, and which is really good. And I think there's a lot more to come from him with regards to speed. And I think
true.
2 more seasons, he's got the build. So I think his speed will improve, and I think he'll be a class bowler. So a lot of props to Avesh. Your first game is always the tough game, as Basha said, and now that monkey's off his back, if he's given a couple of more chances to bowl, we'll see a very good Avesh Khan, and that's the problem. Like with someone like Deepak Chahar, you really have to bowl him out because if he's going to Australia, he'll have to bowl the first 4 overs, and same as
Mm.
Bhuvi and same as Shardul. Death bowlers is a problem. If you have Harsha Patel as your other death bowler, that's the problem.
Yeah,
But
and he
in
was
the
really
back
good.
pocket, we've got Bumrah. So Bumrah is definitely gonna be the star for us in the
Baji,
World Cup.
let's not forget we have Shami as well, who is also again bowls very well
But
in.
Shami, I don't know whether his job is done. I mean, I don't know even if he has a chance to come to the squad because I'm very worried about his death bowling. My opinion, seeing him for Punjab Kings last 2 or 3 seasons, he's not been consistent. And more than Shami, I would go with a Siraj or even now Harshad Patel has performed well
I
three
will.
four times.
Okay, so coming to that death bowling. So if you remember 2 years back in IPL in Abu Dhabi, in Dubai, the Punjab defended that super over when you have Pollard and Rohit
But that's
batting front.
Dubai, right? That's Dubai, right? Basha, not Indian conditions, right?
That
And
was
you've
that was
seen
Dubai. That was Dubai in 2020.
how Shami has been. We've given so much opportunities for Shami, and that's why I mean he's out of even the squad right now. No, I mean,
I
I
think
mean,
the
He,
rest
he's
is.
been
I,
rested.
I
He's
say
been
that
rested. He's been
that will
rested.
that will depend really depend how the IPL goes on that selection. Personally, I like Shami myself, and I think Shami gives you that difference as well. So, and again, as I said for Shami, bowl him out before you get to 15. If you got your death bowlers, because two of 17th and 19th will be bowled by Bumrah. So it's getting that other bowler that can bowl the other 2 overs, and that's I can't see Harshal bowling it, and I can't see Shardul bowling it, and I can't see Deepak
Deepak.
bowling it. That's what India's problem is.
Very true. But talk about Harshad Patel today. He really bowled the death overs very well. I mean, the same with Bhuvi in the second 2020. Today, Harshad bowled really well. 3 for 22. I expected him to go 10 runs over, but today he was really good and getting three crucial wickets, especially that Roman Powell wicket, which actually shifted the momentum to India. So, your thoughts on Harshad's bowling today? Because he was very expensive in the second, but today he was, I mean, pretty decent.
Well, Purple Patel was playing in Calcutta, so Purple Patel should be wearing a purple jersey underneath his blue jersey, and that's why he did well. So I'm shocked. I'm really shocked that he managed to bring it home. But I'm happy for the guy because I think he's had a brilliant 6 months. But I really worry if he goes to Australia. I really worry because I think he will be picked off and he will be going for 12 or 13 and over. And that's what the India's problem now is. They've got too many of these similar type of bowlers, and that's why I'm calling it again. I'm calling Arshdeep to be in, Arshdeep and Bumrah to be the death bowlers for India in Australia. I think that
Yeah.
will be the winning combination for me.
I agree. I agree. And they only went with one spinner today, Ravi Bishnoi. They didn't even need a Chahal. But talking about Venkatesh Iyer, Bashar writer again about Venkatesh, he got two crucial wickets. And talking about the lone spinner Bishnoi, how impressed were you of both these bowlers, especially Venkatesh as a backup for Deepak since I mean he got injured, and I don't know what's the condition for Deepak for the upcoming Sri Lanka tour. But your thoughts?
Okay, so Venkatesh went for runs, but he got to at two crucial wickets as well. The way people were playing at that given point of time, so it is justified. I mean, yes, Ravi Bishnoi clicked on in the second T20 against West Indies very well. He got two wickets on his debut, but when you have like Ravi Vishnoi, I don't know. I mean, they could have tried Kuldeep Yadav as well today. I don't know why they pick him just to warm the bench. I don't know. Again, he's also a proven match winner. I know he's not in a form that sort of arena right now, but I mean he is a bowler who, at his given day he can take wickets as well.
And he was
So
good in
I
the Sri Lanka series also. I mean, in Sri Lanka, I mean, he was pretty decent in Sri Lanka also, especially in the third 2020 when I was watching him last time. I mean, talking about Kuldeep.
Yeah, he was decent, but coming to these two bowlers, Ravi and Venkatesh, in this particular game, they were decent. Though Venkatesh was impressive with his bat, but with his ball, it was a kind of a average kind of a performance. Uh, reasons being because you have two explosive batsmen batting at the other end, so you'll go for runs.
Very
And I
true.
don't understand that. I agree with Basha there because I think if you're in the squad, you've won the PayTM trophy. Why not give them an extra thing? If you're good enough to get in the squad, you should be good enough to get into the team. And that's the only criticism I can have for Rahul Dravid is that yeah, good. Gaikwad played today. I was happy he didn't uh, perform as we wanted him to, but he got the opportunity, the monkeys off his back, and to get Kuldeep back into the team would have been great. But to be fair, go back to Ravi Bishnoi. He's the future. The current position will be reserved for Jadeja. So Jadeja will definitely be playing. Maybe Chahal will be the next in line if they decide to go two spinners in Australia. Say maybe at a ground like Sydney, they could play two spinners. And then obviously they can work around with the fast bowlers. So I think India have a lot of options, but the
Mm.
options that they don't have is the death bowling. I'm really worried about the death bowling, and I think that's where Arshdeep has to come into the team. He gives you the left option, and he gives you the excellent two at the death. Two of him at the end with Bumrah. Suddenly you got the perfect attack.
Yeah, very true on that. And talk about the wickets also. Ruston Chase apparently was the most wickets, taking 6 wickets, and Harshal Patel gets 5, and Ravi Bishnoi gets 3. And I think in the run, most runs, I think it should be Sky if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, Puran, and the Sky comes. So yeah, those are the top 5, and Roman Paval, Venkatesh, Iyer, Ishan Kishan. So solid series for all 5. But who's your most impressive player for this series, Paji sir? For both
I'm going to
teams.
go for Venkatesh. Yeah,
Same,
and I'm going
same.
for Venkatesh because I think the explosive partnership he had with Rishabh Pant won the second game, and the partnership today he had with Sky that won the third game. So those two games, Venkatesh was there. I think he's getting into the jersey now, and I think we will hope that he has a good series against Sri Lanka, and then he cements that space through the IPL going to Australia because I want Venkatesh in, I want Hardik out. I think India have to make some tough decisions, and they're making them with the Test team, with no Rahane and no Pujara. And it's time to do the same for the T20 team with the World Cup coming up. Definitely be picking these players, and I think Venkatesh, solid 5 or 6. In India suddenly look like they've got a lot of options because in the last few series, what's happened? If the bowlers don't bowl, if their bowlers don't bat and their batters don't bowl, they always run short. And I think having the options, which is going to be how they'll win the World Cup in Australia.
Very true on that. Yeah, and yeah, I was just coming for a point. I think the Sri Lanka too also coming up. And talking about Deepak Chahar's condition, do you think that he should be rested? I mean, after that injury that he had, do you feel like there should be a replacement for Deepak Chahar and maybe to rest him for the upcoming 2020 series because he may
Yeah,
be crucial for the upcoming 2020 tournaments series is coming up against
rest him.
Australia. If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
rest him. We've got, as I say, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. We've got Shardul Thakur. We've got Harshal Patel. We've got Venkatesh. This for the we what we need to do is trying to get Arshdeep in, or worst case scenario, get Sakaria in there, and we've got Avesh Khan. So and Siraj. So there's so many options for India. Yeah, as I said, you can rest Deepak and just hopefully he comes back for the IPL, and then we're in a position to select. Will they go with Shardul or will they go with Deepak? Because only one of them will be able to be on that flight, in my opinion, to Australia.
Yeah. And India, after that win, they are going to clinch the number one 2020 rankings right now. I know they haven't won the ICC trophy yet, but is this a good achievement for Rohit Sharma? And will this give confidence to the whole team coming up for the 2020 World Cup in Australia? Do you feel this will lift them up, thinking they're number one ranked team and perform well against Sri Lanka also and whitewash them once again and get another PayTM trophy?
Yeah, another PayTM trophy in the bag coming up. Again, another positive thing from this is just the way Rohit captains the team under pressure. I'm really impressed with that. And again, they did it in the second game. The pressure was on. Rohit turned up today. You know, flawless captaincy. I think for me, winning captaincy, winning mentality. His vocality on the pitch seems correct. And again, I think it's a big move for India to get Rohit as the captain, and that
Hmm.
gives you another level. And being number one team, it gives you that people will start fearing you. I think soon as if Venkatesh can keep what he's going and progressing, and they move on from Hardik, and they don't pick Varun Chakravarti, that we don't need Varun Chakravarti. I think
Yeah.
India suddenly starts having a team, because now you can you could, 1 to 10, you can basically name that team. And I think that's a very good position to be, because
And if
that
you can name
team,
the playing 11 for Sri Lanka, that would be great as well. You're playing 11 also for India for the upcoming Sri Lanka tour. Your ideal playing 11.
uh, yeah, obviously it would be Rohit. Rohit will open with KL Rahul if KL Rahul is back.
He's not there.
Is
He's
KL
not
Rahul?
no, he's not there for the squad, unfortunately.
So
I think he has injured.
yeah, Rohit, and probably you could say Ishan Kishan, or even Sanju. If they go for Sanju, I'd love Sanju to open. Sky will play. Venkatesh should play. And Mahali, it's in Mahali, so they may play two spinners in Mahali. So we could
It's in
possibly.
Lucknow and Dharmashala, Paji, sir. The first is
Oh,
in
Dharamsala. Okay. The test match is in Mohali. So
yeah.
I was planning to go to the one day. I was planning to go to the one day in Mohali, the
There's no
T20
one day.
and the test match.
There's no
So they must
one
have
day
changed it.
against Sri Lanka. I think there's no one day. I think it's just the test tour and the 2020 series.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, as I said, probably the same. Whoever they can pick from that. I'm not too fast, as I say. We should beat Sri Lanka. Sorry, Pavan. Whoever
Yeah,
they
yeah,
pick. And
yeah.
again,
But
as
Sri
I said,
Lanka, yeah. I mean, Sri Lanka could give a contest more than West Indies, I would say. But still, I feel like it will be either 3-0 or a 2-1 victory for India, in my opinion.
I
I
think a
feel
two
that
one
that's
a 2-1 they would take now. Again, I'm not really worried about winning or losing. I just want to see progression from the team. So I'm looking forward to those players. Again, I'm looking forward to Rohit's captaincy. I'm looking at Venkatesh as the number 5, number 6 all rounder. And I'm looking at how they're going to maneuver their bowling attack. If Deepak gets injured, then hopefully they bring in Arshdeep to replace him, and then that'll be awesome, because Arshdeep deserves a chance, and they could play
yeah.
Suraj instead of Deepak, or they can play Thakur. They've got a lot of options. So we'll probably, when we talk next, I'll have a real look at the team, look at Sri
Yeah.
Lanka's team, and we'll
Yeah,
see
I
which
think
one
that's
can
what
come
we'll do
back.
that. Yeah. Yeah, so thank you so much, Pajis. I think, anyways, no one's going to is watching right now, and I think it's nearly 1 a.m. here in Sri Lanka. So, anyways,
Yeah,
thank you so
cool.
much, Pajis, sir, for coming. Yeah, and we'll
No
end
worries.
it
It's been
there,
great talking
guys.
to you again. Really enjoyed your stuff on YouTube, and
Yeah, thank
definitely follow, subscribe to Pavan's channel, please.
Yeah, and please do subscribe to the Rajasthan Royals fan forum. I watched that. I think a few videos. I think recently on Sohail Tanvir also you did the interview. I think a year ago, if I'm not mistaken. So I did watch a few of your videos. So keep
Oh,
up that
brilliant,
work
brilliant.
as well, Pajis, sir. Yeah, keep that
Yeah,
up
no,
as
no, it was good. And I say I'm trying to get some more next season, but yeah, I have to balance stuff with work, and
Yeah,
you
no
guys are
problem.
what.
No problem. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Take
much.
care,
No
buddy.
worries.
See you
Take
later.
care. Thank you so
Bye
much.
bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye
See
bye.
you later. Yeah. And thank you so much, guys. Please do subscribe the sports breakdown. Please like, comment, and share on this video. And see you in the next video, guys. Thank you so much. Good night. Even I'm busy as well. I have to go and I have to wake up early. And actually, about next week, guys, I won't be doing much more. Much live content. So expect a bit less on my content side on the sports breakdown. So actually, I'll be uploading more videos, but it will be mostly in the weekend. Don't expect much videos on the weekdays. Monday to Friday I'll be extremely busy, and sometimes even in the weekends if I have assignments. So please do not expect much content from the sports program, but please do not even unsubscribe, because we'll still be doing content on the sports program. So till then, thank you so much and good night.